Hi, this is Chariz. I don't exactly know how to tell you my story, but I would like to go back before everything went wrong. I think everything began during the final term of my first year in college. I can still see it clearly, me fighting through each day, constantly exhausted. But back then, I didn't question it. It felt normal, almost expected even. Everyone I knew was tired too, so I just assumed that that was how things were supposed to be. And honestly, I believed I was doing great. I thought I was thriving simply because my grades were good. As long as I was performing well, I assumed nothing was wrong. And to give some context, I grew up in a family where academics were everything. I wasn't the child joining competitions or bringing home medals. That was more of like my siblings. But there was a rule we all lived by: never get a grade below 90. Being above average wasn't an achievement, it was a requirement. I still remember that one time I got an 88 in math back in grade 6. I didn't even cry at first, but the moment I saw that number on my card, I felt this immense fear sink into my chest, like I had done something terribly wrong. And that 88 number haunted me for a long, long time. And because of that, I grew up carrying that mindset everywhere I went. High grades weren't just a goal, they were part of my identity. So when I entered college and my parents suddenly said that passing was enough, I didn't know how to accept it. Because for someone who spent their whole life believing that 90 was the bare minimum, the idea of being just average didn't feel safe. It actually felt really wrong. But to be honest, I was never naturally smart. If anything, I was the opposite. I was always one of the slowest to understand things, the slowest to memorize, and math was my worst enemy. I wasn't good at physical activities, and I really struggled with impromptu speaking. Sometimes I would even start panicking on the spot. So I did the only thing I could. I worked harder. People see the grades, but not the process. They don't see the advanced studying, the early mornings, the night I stayed up, or the Sundays I spent reviewing instead of resting. They only see the outcome, never the effort it took to get there. So when they call me smart, I don't really know how to respond. It feels unfamiliar, like something that doesn't belong to me. Because everything I do isn't talent, it's effort, it's fear, it's me trying to keep up, it's the pressure I carry, and the constant fear of falling behind, even for a moment. And I'm not saying that every day was awful. There were moments I genuinely loved, moments that made everything feel lighter. I had good people around me, and because of them, school felt bearable, even in the days when I was struggling beneath the surface.
Hi guys!
It's been a long time.
I've met a few great people in my life, particularly these two, Ellie and Kim.
Oh my god, here's the fun of the party of this stream. Dahil birthday ko, sa gitna ako.
I'm an introvert to my core. I never really had the best friendships growing up, so I entered college already convinced I'd have no one. But I was wrong. The people around me were actually so kind. It's funny because it felt like they knew how fragile I was, even if I never told them. They were just genuinely careful with me. Among everyone I've gotten close to, Kim made me laugh the most. It became our coping mechanism, laughing about everything and nothing at all. And I've told her this so many times already, but it's true. I'm really glad that I met her.
A day in a life as a Mapuan physical therapy student. First day of Scrubs edition na hindi required. Wait lang, mag-a-day in a life muna tayo. Sinabi ka na ha. Hinila lang nila bigla. Wala. Halika dito. Birthday mo, di ba? Birthday. That's my new lover. Yung supervisor. Rock your body. Rock your body. Gusto ko nang kainin yung cake na yan. Kanina pa actually sa condo. Guys, let's name this Pingu. Because it's a penguin, bro. Is it a penguin?
This is a girl.
Pinga.
Pinga.
Pinga. Ang baho pakinggan. Pinga. Ano name ng ano? Hindi gumagalaw din. Siya yung pinipiti.
Bakit?
This one. Okay, tapos na.
About a month later, the girls and I decided to take a short trip after our exams. All of us were emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausted. And even though we only had a 1-week break, we wanted at least one day to just breathe and relax. But if you look closely in the video from that trip, you'll notice I was wearing a face mask the entire time. At first, I thought I was just tired. But looking back now, that was the beginning, the first signs of me getting sick. I didn't know it yet, but my body was already starting to give in. And then eventually, second year started. When second year began, things felt different. I could feel my energy slipping little by little, but I refused to acknowledge it. I didn't want to sound ungrateful or dramatic or weak, not when my parents gave me such a privilege to study. And part of me kept thinking, everyone else is tired too. Everyone else is struggling. So I convinced myself I had no right to complain. But the truth was already showing. For someone as health conscious as me, someone who almost never got sick, the changes in my body should have been a warning. Those were the signs I ignored. I don't name yet. What's the name of our patient? To be completely candid with you, my symptoms started getting worse. I began having anxiety episodes during my classes, bad enough that I was asked to go to the clinic. I had frequent nosebleeds, severe headaches, migraines, and I was eventually diagnosed with severe vertigo and low chronic back pain. There were days when I physically couldn't get out of bed. The pain was so intense that I had to skip school altogether. Because of that, I missed my midterm exams, well, parts of it. I still forced myself to go to school to take the written midterms, but I wasn't able to attend our moving exams. I was advised not to because my condition at that time simply wouldn't allow it. In this clip, it may look like I was enjoying the game, but the truth is, I was studying the entire time, even though I already felt so unwell. That's just the kind of person I was. I would study every chance I got. Each doctor, in fact, told me the same thing. They all told me, you need to rest. But I didn't know how to do that. Because rest felt like a failure to me. Like the moment I stopped, all the effort, all the pressure, all the expectations would come crashing down. And it wasn't just the doctors. Even the people around me kept telling me to rest, but I didn't listen. All I cared about was getting high grades. I didn't think about my health. I didn't think about my happiness. I ignored everything just for my grades, all for an idea of success that I didn't want to fail. And day by day, my anxiety kept getting worse. I didn't even see it happening until it slowly turned into depression. Because I've always been sensitive, I mistook my tears for normal. I thought crying daily was just part of who I was, instead of a sign that I was struggling. And before I realized that finals were coming again, and by that time, everything felt heavier. I couldn't even focus on my notes because my eyes and head were always in so much pain. Still, I forced myself to study, but in the end, my body reached its breaking point before I did. When that moment finally came, I couldn't open my eyes anymore. My body shut down before I did, and that was when I realized I couldn't hide it from my family any longer. I told them everything. And the very next day, my mom flew to Manila. I was brought to the ER as soon as she arrived. When they brought me to the ER, it was a holiday. No one was able to fully understand what was happening to me. They told me it was just facial spasms, but the moment I left the hospital, my left hand started moving uncontrollably. That's when I knew something wasn't right. Studying in the health field, I recognized the signs immediately. These were motor tics. And as the days passed, the tics didn't stop. They spread slowly from my face to my arm and eventually throughout my whole body. And the worst part, it all happened during finals week. My only options were to drop out or take all my makeup exams, quizzes, and finals in one day, even though I hadn't been able to study, and even though my condition was getting worse. So I went through with it. I took every exam I had, even without the strength or preparation. I failed, of course, but by then the grades didn't matter to me anymore. All I wanted was to get it over with, to finally finish, no matter what the outcome was. When I left school, I wasn't sad about leaving school itself. I was relieved, actually. It had trained me so much that stepping away felt right. But what truly made me rethink my decision of leaving was the thought of being away from the people I love. My brothers were the first people I thought of. I love them with everything I have, and I've always been the sibling who wanted to take care of them. But now, I was the one who needed to be taken care of. I was the one who was weak, who needed help, who couldn't even trust her own body. And then there were my friends, which still surprises me because, like I mentioned before, I've always been the type who's scared of friendships, scared of getting too close, scared of being hurt again, scared that who I am wouldn't be enough.
Ito yung time na wala siyang makakatalo instead of fear of that. Right? Is this your favorite moment? Actually, yeah. Kasi ang peaceful sa Because we don't have anything to think about. Like, literally, there's no academics. Wala talaga mag-drop off na tayo.
Ito lang. Hanggang dito lang yung drop.
So beautiful.
Should we show how like nice? Ako lang naman nakikita. We're like it's nice. That's what matters. Before leaving, I forced myself out of my comfort zone. I decided to ask my classmates if they wanted to hang out one last time. It took me weeks to gather the courage, weeks of rehearsing what to say, weeks of figuring out how to say goodbye in a way that felt sincere. Because even though I wasn't the most talkative, even though I struggled with socializing, I wanted them to know how grateful I was, how thankful I felt to have experienced college with them, even if most of the time I watched them from the sidelines.
We're back. Sabi namin clip ni Cha. Saya of I'm having a hard time breaking it. Wait lang siya. Thank you. Ano sinira ko? Pagdating na... Di mo. So shy na. Wait. Wala ko sa power muscle.
Kasi,
Did you watch Rough Drawing? Nothing. This is us in a normal hobbit. This is Nostaldon, matcha oat latte, clear skies. Kasi walang kulay ito.
English.
So hi guys, ASMR. Ayun, cute. So we're here at Latitude Bean and Bar. Yan. We're here. So I'm with Chatra. Siyempre, siya yung owner. Ellie. So that's Kyle. That's Luis. This is James pala. Wag na yan. That's Joshua. This is Ov. Interview natin si Cha because it's gonna be her last hangout with everybody. So how are you feeling right now?
I'm very happy. I got so nervous. You know that.
Are you still anxious right now?
No, I'm so happy.
Wow! Such a milestone. So you, sumama ka nga dito. Lagi siyang aloof sa camera. Wag. How are you doing? Sige, sagutin mo. Joke lang. What's your problem, bro?
I have a lot.
I have a lot. So I think he's like 9 out of 10. Why are you looking at me like that?
9 out of...
No, it like... Okay, bye guys. We're gonna go to Rob Manila.
When I got home, I cried to my mom, not because I regretted leaving, but because saying goodbye hurted more than I expected. I knew I had to start preparing to leave, and when I started packing, it finally felt real. The change, the distance, everything ahead of me. Nothing dramatic happened. It was just quietly heavy, a simple acceptance. This chapter was ending, and even so, I know I'll always look back on this chapter because it was one of the best parts of my life.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye to the camera. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
this is Chariz. I just wanted to let you know I'm going back home.